Alright guys, going to have a chat about this USA trip, but just before, it's the first time using the Rode microphone here clipped on the bike, so I'm going to see how this goes. And if it doesn't work, well, you won't know anyway. If it does work, well, I'll put up a little vid, because I mentioned in my last video about how we've got big ambitions about riding across the USA. Shut up, see? And everything's breaking and falling apart at the moment. Pause. Where was I? So, okay, so how we go with this. Now, yeah, I mentioned about the USA trip, my big ambitions. I would like to be over there for my 60th, 2024, preferably in Memphis. If you don't know by now, I'm a little bit of an ELVIS fan. Anyway, so one of the my YouTube followers, Eric, the name of his YouTube thing escapes me at the moment, Fort something, sorry Eric. And I love how, as an American, he said, "Come on, mate. You're kidding, aren't you?" A fair call too, because 40 grand is a lot. Now, okay, if we were just flying over and weren't hiring cars, weren't hiring motorbikes, cars are a lot cheaper, by the way. And we were just staying in hotels and had a few states here and there and flying back, then yeah, you know, 15,000, 20,000, depending on the amount of time you're there. So you've got to remember that we're planning to stay around the 90-day mark, if not longer, so 3 months, you know. So put that in perspective, and I want you to, another thing to put in perspective, as it stands at the moment, the dollar for us is completely and utterly shit for the exchange of the American dollar. We're losing around 40 cents, of out of the dollar, which is a lot. Consider it was the first time we went to the States in 2008, it was 98 cents. In 2016, it was about 75, I think. All right, so just keynote. So now if we go the cheapest way, which is to send this baby over, which stands at the moment, and things are going up because everything's just going crazy with any sort of transportation, or life in general here is just going crazy. So that stands at around $7,000 to $8,000 for me to fly it over, ship it back, okay? So there's 8 grand. Flights for me and Jack's going to be anywhere between around the 4,000 mark. So there's your 12 grand. What else we got? Did I not mention the exchange rate? Okay, so we have then fuel, accommodation, Okay, granted, we've got a few friends going to put us up over there as we cross a bound, but you know, there won't be that much of it. It'll be maybe half a dozen nights. So on average, when I go on a trip here in Australia, I average it out between $1,000 and $1,200 a week to stay on the road. So that's hotels, food and fuel. Now, I know things are sometimes a bit cheaper over in the States with food, accommodation, etc. Then we've got to factor in, what do we got to factor in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We've got to factor in, altogether now, the exchange rate. Knows what it's going to be in 2024. So if you look at around $1,000 a week minimum to stay on the road there, and we're there for what, 12 weeks. My mind's gone fuzzy at the moment. I'm not the best. So yeah, let's say 1,000. So yeah, so 12 weeks. So there's $12,000 there. On top of that 8,000, that was 20. On top of that, so you're getting close to $30,000. Some money in the kitty for emergencies, can't we? So, you know, there's insurance, miscellaneous, like, you know, there's going to be a tyres that'll need replacement at some stage, a couple of services possible. So remember, that's going on the factor that if I sent Miss Tennessee over. Now, if I don't do that, the other two options are to hire a bike, which I want no less than a Roadmaster, and as it stands at the moment, it's over $300 a day. So you're looking at over $1,200 a week. Do those maths. That's an expensive trip to have a motorbike. So the hiring factor I really don't want to do. The other one is buying. Now, I can only go by what it stands at the moment. All right, things will go down a little bit. But if I pick up a Roadmaster, it's going to be at least 20,000, give or take, depending on the kilometres and blah blah blah. And if I buy that, I've got to make sure that it's got a licence and registered to someone in the USA, because that's how it works, for me to get insurance, etc. That's how it works. So the cheapest option is for me to send this girl over, and the only modifications or what I believe I have to do is that you guys run mainly fuel-wise on 91. You can't even find that here. Oh, you can, it's very rare. I mean, you might find that out in the country somewhere at 91, so a much lower fuel grade than what we're running, what we're tuned for. So we either have to retune the engine or put additives in every time we put fuel in. Because over here, this girl's meant to run on 98 octane, to a high grade. Get away with 95, no problems. I've even got away with 94, one in the middle of nowhere, but generally you don't have. You get off the road, please. So where was it? Yeah, with the fuel. I thing I'm going to do about these handlebars, guys. Anyway, it's another headache. So yeah, that's where we stand. So possible retuning of the engine for it to run on the USA stuff. So it easily hits that 30,000 mark, if not more if you go the more expensive route. But it's a dream of mine, and it's something that I desperately want to do. Haven't been in the States twice now, but really not achieved and done the stuff that I really wanted to do to get to some of the places there. And the goal is to have at least 3 months. Excuse me. Sorry, I just got to work and have a chat to a co-worker. But all the dramas in the world. Anyway, so I think that's it. So, Eric, valid question, mate. And I see what you're saying, but yeah. Key factors: exchange rate, bike hire, plane fares, accommodation, food, Jackie's wine, you know what I'm saying? She makes a lot of friends when she's drinking the wine. Yeah. So anyway, that's my answer to why it's so expensive for us to go over. We were only over for a few weeks last time via Hawaii, and I mean, we were looking at nearly 20 grand when we did that. Anyway, there it is, guys. Have a great one. Subscribe up, like, thumbs down if you don't like. Have a great day.